organization been on a digital transformation journey that never seems to end? The first experiment was easy. The second and third project we pushed into production. But the idea that our businesses will be based on data-driven decisioning, our analytics will be pervasive, does that sound crazy? Well, today I want to look at how do we scale? Specifically, what does it mean to scale? As organizations embrace hyper-disruption, focus on pervasive digitization, does scale mean adding more humans? Humans aren't scalable, and actually creating more models, millions of algorithms, just sounds like more complexity. And as we bring in AI, machine learning, does that mean we throw out all of the models we built before? The traditional statistical work that we've done before? And finally, if AI, machine learning, if analytics are such a differentiator, then why are our organizations finding it so difficult to adopt? Why are they finding it difficult to access those $100 million business opportunities that are promised from the use of data and analytics? As we look at these three themes today, we're looking at the next era of data-driven enterprise, where success is not achieved by those who collect massive volumes of data. Success is achieved by those who learn to scale, integrate, and transform their workforces. Because let's be clear, the business of today is a very different business. Businesses today are leveraging platforms, networks, and data to create differentiation. Just take a look at what Amazon did with the traditional bookstore. Amazon took a physical channel, the bookstore, and converted it into a digital retail channel, the website. But actually, Amazon took it a step further. They took their product, the physical book, and they made it a digital software asset, the ebook. To varying degrees, all businesses are leveraging data to change the channels, the products, and services, and in some cases, replace their products, services, and channels entirely with data and digital. But what does this mean for us as consumers? Well, previously, as a consumer, it was actually the business who was empowered. The business decided which 5 brands to display on the shelf. You as a consumer only had the choice between those 5 brands on the shelf. But today, in this increasingly digital world, we see an empowered consumer. This is the global citizen who can reach around the globe for products and services that they never imagined before. But as an empowered consumer, with so much choice, we actually feel overloaded at times. There's so much choice, so many decisions to be made. So as businesses, we now leverage algorithms to personalize, to target, to cut through the noise to ensure our product and service appears in front of the consumer. But actually, consumers are leveraging algorithms too. Think about your Alexa. When you ask Alexa to add milk, eggs to your basket, does the Alexa ask you which brand you would like? No. Algorithms are leveraged to look at the brands that you've bought in the past, the brands that your family buys, the brands that your social connections buy, to look at your personal preferences. The algorithm makes a decision on behalf of the consumer. Think about the last time you did a search. Did you look through all of those 200 pages of search results to find the product? Or did you rely on the algorithm to find the most relevant products and put them on the first page? Increasingly, in all aspects of life, we are relying on algorithms, not just to help us, but in many cases make decisions on our behalf. From healthcare to transportation to retail, every aspect of life is being driven through millions of algorithms. So as organizations and businesses, how do we step into this algorithmic world where we have to build these many millions of models to support our customers, our citizens, our consumers? If we look at the analytic workflows, and Oliver spoke about on Monday, that workflow is super inefficient. 90% of the time is spent by humans looking at data, wrangling that data, cleansing that data. And then when we try and push things into production, again, it's difficult. This analytics workflow is not designed for the millions of algorithms we need to build for the future. So we have to rethink that analytics workflow. We have to rethink this as an analytics supply chain. How do we optimize our analytics supply chains to be ready for the future? And the supply chain is not optimized by throwing more humans or time at the problem. We have to look to operations and algorithms to see how we can optimize these supply chains to deliver more outputs, to deliver more algorithms, to deliver more insights. What do I mean by operations? Well, think about the software engineering world, software developers, coders. Software engineering is actually a fairly mature field. They've learned how to develop code, share code amongst developers, check that code in, have test suites that ensure the code is correct, have continuous integration, continuous deployment so that code is promoted into production. That's operations in action, DevOps in action. In contrast, if we take our analytics workflow, the analytics field, it's still in its infancy. We don't have that operational rigor, that operational thinking in the analytics field. We need to take concepts like DevOps and apply them to analytics, analytic ops, to help us with operationalizing those analytical workflows, helping to make our analytics supply chain more optimized. But it's not just about operations. As you heard Stephen talk about, we can actually leverage algorithms within that workflow. We can leverage algorithms that are automated to, again, give us speed, give us efficiency. Just imagine a next generation analytics ecosystem, a platform that gives you capabilities like outlier detection,